The countertop shoulder stretch. The reason why it's called the countertop is because you could do it on a counter. Now today I'm just going to use a chair, but generally you want to find an object that's about the height of your mid-thigh. That's going to work optimally. A bit higher, a bit lower is also going to work fine. Now in this exercise it's going to be a stretch for shoulder flexion, but we're also going to allow the upper back to join the party, so it's not going to be a strict shoulder flexibility exercise in that regard. We're going to actually allow, in a very specific way, the upper back to join the party. Right? So you're just going to need a chair, something of the height about mid-thigh, and you're going to need a yoga block. The way I'm going to set up is going to be with the yoga block between my hands, the edge of my chair, object, counter, whatever, at about the middle of my arm, right between my wrist and my elbow. Further towards the hand is going to allow me to put more weight into the stretch, make it potentially more intense. Closer towards the elbow is going to take a little bit of load off, potentially lessening the intensity. But right in the middle is generally going to work well for most people. Alright? So I'm going to set up with the edge right between wrist and elbow, and I'm going to set up with my hips right over my knees and arms straight overhead. From this position I'm going to look up at the yoga block, and then I'm going to strongly externally rotate from my shoulders. I'm kind of imagining then that I'm trying to wrap my shoulder blade around my rib cage here. Alright? Doing that very strongly, and at the same time I'm trying to elevate my shoulders. I can think shoulders towards ears, or you can think you're trying to push the yoga block as far away from yourself as possible, right? So wrap the shoulder blades, externally rotate, and push the yoga block away. And I'm going to look up at the yoga block, and I'm going to hold this very strong position, strongly externally rotate. And then from this position I can start to open my shoulders as well, but without losing elevation and external rotation. Keep looking up at the yoga block. So until now, I'm not allowing the back to join in, but from this position, once I've locked the shoulders into the position that I'm going to get into, then I can start looking up at the yoga block and pushing the chest out. You can almost think you're trying to push the hips backwards to let them join in. And that's actually basically it. The beauty of this exercise is that we're first focusing on just the shoulders, getting them in this position, the rotation, the elevation of the shoulder blades, and then opening the shoulders. And only then, once the shoulders are in place, are we starting to push the chest out until we can let the upper back join in on the party. The way I use this exercise, I would usually have people focus on maintaining this strong external rotation and elevation of the shoulders, and not allow people to go deeper if you're not able to maintain this. It can take some practice getting a feel for it, also being able to spot if you start to lose these kind of things. But it's worth looking into. There are different ways of working with this. We can either do it for repetitions, going into position, holding for a set amount of time, maybe 5, 10, 20 seconds, come out, and then do that for multiple reps. Or we could just do one long set, ranging from like 20 seconds to a minute. Alright, give it a try. Let me see how it goes for you.